Guys, I know today's video is supposed to be the edited version of last night's live from Saturday, but a big development happened overnight, and something that just embodies what I try to teach you guys about hunting. You remember my $100 silver screen machines, General Lee, this guy? I tripled its value, and I didn't have to pull any shady moves to do it. Let's get into this. Okay guys, I always tell you to be street smart in this hobby. You gotta be slick, you gotta be patient. The first rule of thumb that I tell you guys is you got to be patient, okay? So today's video, we're gonna go into a time warp because I'm gonna explain why. I increased the value, so what you're gonna see in this video, it's a cool video. It shows us going back in time. This is way back before I had viewers or anything like that. I make a road trip to Kitchener. Now I have sped everything up, condensed everything, so it's not boring at all. It's fun. I make a road trip to Kitchener, and I pick up. So this is the embodiment of patience, this deal. Okay, guys? Let me explain this. So I'm always on Kijiji and Marketplace. Now I'm on Marketplace a little bit more. I do have to pick back up my Kijiji game because this deal came from Kijiji, okay? So this is the embodiment of don't pull the trigger right away and shop around, guys. This embodies the vision that I try to give you guys. The whole idea of the channel, help you guys build your collection on a buck. A lot of you guys are believing now these deals are not a fluke anymore and you're going for them, okay? And I'm proud of you guys. So this deal here, I was watching a deal. My friend Glenn, before I was his roommate, he was out on the road as a trucker, okay? He desperately, as awesome as his collection is, you guys know that, he did not have the silver screen machines General Lee. Everywhere he's seen them, they were a nutty price. He didn't know what the real price of it was because it was all over the place, okay? And I told him, okay, we're going to aim for about 300 bucks. That's as low as I've seen them. And this is why I tell you guys to watch Marketplace and not pull the trigger unless you know it's the right price and a good deal. After a while, you'll remember what the prices are and you'll know when to pull the trigger if you don't already, okay? So I told Glenn, I think if we see one for $300, you should pull the trigger. And he agreed. He said, if you see one for $300, pull the trigger on my behalf. I said, there's one in Kitchener right now. The guy's got, it's mint, never been open. He's got it listed for, he's got it with a Knight Rider Joyride. They're both mint sealed. But he's got them listed for $1,000. He wants 500 bucks each. I said, obviously, we're not touching them. I said, I saved that ad. I'm going to watch it. Okay? He's got to come down. And guys, I watched that ad. It must have been 6 months. And finally, I noticed it moved. He dropped it 50 bucks or something. Like nothing significant. And then he dropped it again. And then, he put up individual ads for the cars and they were 300 each. Boom, the same day he got it, probably an hour later, I message him. Let me e-transfer you. Nope, I only want cash. Yeah, really? And this is a guy my age. I said, really? I said, well, I'm in Hamilton. I was downtown Hamilton at the time. Well, I only want cash. Okay, can you hold it for me? No. Okay, well, I got to work today and I want to buy them. Well, it's first come, first serve, and somebody else already asked about them. Shit. So I had to rush there in the morning before my afternoon shift, okay? But the thing is, the deal got sweeter. So I locked that in for 300. Then the guy messages me back and he says, you know I have a Knight Rider card too, right? I said, yeah, I saw that for 300, yep. Well, how about we do this? why don't I sell you both of them for $500? And I said, you know what, let me think it over. I was pretty sure we were gonna do it, obviously, right? 2 minutes later, I messaged back, say sold. So that dropped Glenn's price to $250. Now I know what some people out there think. Not none of us 905 retro maniacs don't think like this, but I know some people would say Retro could have got his general for like $200 and just charged Glenn the extra. Left Glenn at 300. That's a snake in the grass move, and Glenn wouldn't do it to me, so that's why you don't do it to Glenn. So anyway, guys, it was a 6-month battle to get Glenn. The mission was to get him a $300 silver screen machines General Lee. He did not have one. And we did better. We got him one for $250. Now, I had to take a road trip to Kitchener to do it. Guys, this is sped up footage, sped up big time. Music added, showing you guys footage of the actual car and all that stuff that we picked up. There she is. The actual car. And you guys have seen my Knight Rider plenty of times. It's loose on display. So anyway, guys, take a trip with me back in time, back to 2023. We're going to take a rip over to Kitchener, get those cars. Then we're going to get back in the time machine, swing back here to the Cowie Diecast Museum. You guys are not going to believe the story I have for you at the end. I increased the value of my General Lee by triple. Stick around and hear about that. We're on Highway 6, heading to Kitchener-Waterloo right now for something big. So this is what had me driving just under an hour today. If you notice, it's still even got the decal. See, they hid the flag on these to still be able to sell them a bit longer. It's got a decal. You peel it off, the flag is under there. But silver screen for Glenn, 118 Knight Rider for me. This is the Erdl with the grappling hook and the ejector seat. I will be unboxing this later on. And it's got the working scanner. First, before the unboxing, let's go hit up this out of town Wally. When I tell you guys to be patient and shop around, I actually lead by example. I was watching this ad for months, guys. He had the two cars listed for $1,000 at first. 500 each. Damn it, it is the older one with the orange signals. Maybe one day I could figure out a way to change those, I don't know. It's the only thing though, otherwise it's pretty accurate, except for those little things they changed in the later release. I'm going to show you this crazy ejector seat. So feature one. So this is on the passenger side. Check it out. Kitt's ejector seat. It's got the little tab there. I'm going to try to push it so you can see the seat. Just going to hope that you can see it. So there's a little tab. Oh! It popped the friggin' T-roof out of it.
Damn it, Retro, right on the floor too. You dildo.
Gonna look awesome with his crime fighting partner. Look at that, even Bo's checking it out. Pause. See that guy right there, the general? That's the one right there that's bringing us into modern day 2025. Back in 2025 and doing some nice photography for my Facebook. That's the green light casting there. Card done by Chris Savvy. Usually he does wild spectra flame paint jobs and stuff, but he just used the most accurate green light casting. Why mess with something that's not broken? If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. Okay guys, time for that crazy story I mentioned. So, the first part was Glenn and me getting our Knight Rider cars. How we got them in that small bulk deal. It was a bulk deal, but it was a small one. I got my Silver Screen Machines General Lee mint for $100. Okay, it did not come with a box. Here it is. I had to drive for it. So both these deals came off Kijiji. So I've got to be checking Kijiji more. I've been slacking. Like the two heavyweight deals of this video came from Kijiji, and I'm telling you I'm slacking. So I got this for $100, okay? It came in this deal here, which was outstanding. And if you notice, it doesn't say anything in the title about Silver Screen Machines. That Ecto one was the Hot Wheels Elite one. Doesn't say anything. No Hot Wheels Elite. No glamour, nothing. Sometimes you got to think like the seller, and sometimes they don't collect all this stuff. This happened to be a guy that loved the movies and bought these when they were new in retail, okay? So, yeah, I made a deal. They came with the acrylic cases to go over the cars. They didn't come with boxes. That was the only thing. They had everything. So he showed up to meet me. He came to Stony Creek. I sent him the money. He came to Stony Creek. This came out of the car and it did not have its antenna. And right away I said, wow, you got the antenna? Oh, no, I don't have it with me. I said, oh, because that was in the ad and in the picture. Like, it does have the antenna. Guy was super nice. He said, Neil, it does have the antenna. He said, I'll be honest, he said, these were packed away. I haven't seen the antenna. He said, but my wife has not vacuumed in the last week or so since I've been dealing with these. It's not lost. He said, trust me, if it'll turn up, there's a good chance I'll get it to you. So I'm sweating bricks, right? This stranger leaves. Anyway, about 3 weeks later, he gets a hold of me. I've got the antenna, comes back, meets me. I got the antenna. So anyway, I get that deal. $100 for the Silver Screen Machines General Lee. It did not come with a box, okay? So all this time, like way back, I said to Diane, if I ever see somebody selling a box, something like that, I'm grabbing it. Because even if I pay $100 for the empty box with the plastic inserts, these are selling for $3 in the box. Do the math. Like, I could pay $100 for the box and still up the value, right? So I've been looking for a box for this forever. Okay, even if it was a destroyed car with a good box, right? So then I'm in my favorite group for 1 of 18 scale, the bigger scale. This is my favorite group. Bodier is my favorite smaller group. For the bigger stuff, movie cars, it's Canadian, or 118 Canadian Collectors, I think it's called. Yes, I always get the order wrong, but it's 118 Canadian Collectors. And I see a guy I know a friend of mine that's dealt with me before, and he's always fair with me. He has this posted. It's a scratch and dent sale. And it's interesting. He's got, it looks like, I'm positive that is a Dom's Charger, painted like the General Lee with the blower and everything, which is cool. Those two sold. The only one remaining is the $150 Silver Screen Machines General Lee. Now, I know you're asking yourself, why is it $150? Like, you probably see the lettering on the tires. That doesn't belong. It says BF Goodrich on the tires. What's going on with that? The box looks normal. Well, this is what's going on with it. Somebody bought it brand new. Not the seller, not my friend that's hooking me up. Somebody bought it brand new and with the intention of making a barn find. And cut the trunk pieces out of it and put a regular trunk in it, painted it black, put a primer fender on the front of it, removed a bunch of stuff. I'll be honest with you, it looks cool sitting on the shelf the way it is, but that's something you do with a Maisto, or you find a Ertl Authentics, like a loose Authentics casting charger for 80 or 100 bucks. Do it with that. It'll have all the bells and whistles. For God's sakes, don't do it with that. So anyway, my friends, this is the last one he has left, and you guys know where this is going. He's selling it for $150. I don't have money to buy it, but I know somebody that likes stuff like this, and he's already made me a deal. So basically, I'm getting the box, okay? So basically I just tripled the value of my, because I could sell, if I listed that for $300, it would be gone in a day. In fact, I just got offered $300 today loose for it. The way it sits right here without a box, a guy, when I was telling him this story, I'm not going to mention who it is, just said, well, why don't you save yourself all that hassle? I'll give you $300 for your car right now. But I can't do it because it's got sentimental value, guys. It was my first big, this is what made me believe that deals like this existed. And it's not that the dude didn't know anything, because he bought them in the retail store. He just wasn't into all the hype of the, you know what I mean? He wasn't in diecast groups. He didn't even consider himself a diecast collector. He liked the movies, bought the cars. That's it. It's like the guy that I bought my $100 Auto Art Bullet from, mint in the box, $100. He said, I paid $80 for it. I got to enjoy it for 10 years, made 20 bucks off it. He said, you can't go wrong. And plus, you're happy as anything. I said, I'm thrilled. Like, I was thanking him profusely. But anyway, guys, it just goes to show you, if you're slick and you play your cards right, things can eventually work out. I bought that car. It's probably close to, well, it's 2023. I bought this General Lee in. And, yeah, all this time later, and the box just happens to be mint. Like you guys see in the pictures, the box, nothing funny with it. Initially, we were making a deal where I was just going to try to buy the box outright. He was going to put it aside for me, and I was going to kind of grab it from him. But no, it worked out to be another deal because a friend I have saw that car and went gaga. I'll be honest with you. If I could afford it, I wouldn't mind keeping it because it just looks cool. I mean, basically, it's not me that screwed it up, but you have a custom that's got a spinning drive shaft. And it looks good with that fender on it, but I would never, ever do that. I used to joke and say the ultimate black General Lee, like a black one with the numbers on it, even though they're not screen accurate, but the ultimate one would be if you took a Happy Birthday General Lee, put these rims on it, get a proper decal kit, boom. But you're not going to do that to a car that's selling for $400 or $500. I just missed one of those for $2, by the way, guys, a couple weeks ago. We all did, my whole crew. I couldn't have bought it, but one of my friends was going to get it. But yeah, so that's how my $100, my first big deal of the week, ended up increasing in value. Not only, and by the way, the person mentioned that I could get with this in the box, I could get probably $4 or $4.50 for it now. So yeah, they have, obviously, I didn't realize it's been almost 2 years since I got this, but things do naturally appreciate. So anyway, guys, it was just something, a good collecting story. That happened late last night after the live that I secured a box for this guy. It was either spend a lot of time editing the live or tell you guys a really awesome story and just a really cool collecting strategy that sometimes you got to just wait it out. Wait it out. It's like I had the Walmart reissue, you know, the Ghostbusters reissue. I had the entire line that came out in 2020, I think it was. They looked just like the 80s ones. They had everything. I had the whole line. Had the Ecto one and everything. The purple box. And they did a good job on them. The only one I didn't have was Peter Venkman. Now, these figures in the store, guys, were $20 a pop. Okay, they weren't expensive. I needed Peter Venkman. I looked forever on Marketplace. Every time I'd see somebody selling some, it'd be, oh, I want to sell it as a lot because they'd be selling all four, which is, I understand, right? They wouldn't break it up. But I just could not get a Venkman. I had to pay $60 shipped from eBay to complete my set. But I sat it out for a good year, guys, before I did that. And a lot of people, I sent out a lot of messages, I'll put it that way. But that's the point. Take your time and things work out. Don't get too excited. You will overpay. And the more you're on Marketplace, the more you start to remember what things sell for. The only time you should instantly pull the trigger is if you know something's a good deal. Like we know now that a Silver Screen Machines General Lee for $300 in the box is a screaming deal. So if you see that, you say sold. You don't start hunting around. You know what I mean? It's something that you're not sure about. That's what you hunt around about. And a lot of times you will find it cheaper. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. For all of you that went to the live last night, you could still catch it. It's still up. It's just the unedited version. I'm going to edit that probably later today, and it's going to be up in the week for those that missed it. I just wanted to share this cool story with you guys, a blast from the past. Anyway, guys, take care. Retro is going to have some rest now. I'm running brain dead with no sleep from the medication again. Anyway, guys, take care and smash the like button for me. Hit the bell notification. And most importantly, happy hunting.